money, and they don't trust monetary and fiscal policy at the leading developed economies anymore. And so I think, gold is rising despite the DXY is at 106. I know it was at 112 in last October. The dollar, to Brent's point, is still the best horse in the glue factory. It's still the best currency in the world. But despite a strong dollar, despite rising yields, despite FFR rates where they are in the last 18 months, gold is being incredibly resilient. And now it's actually approaching all-time highs. Not there yet. And I'm not here to tell you when, but it's fascinating. I think it's a combination of fear. It's a combination of chaos. It's a combination of lack of distrust in the American narrative in general, politically, socially, et cetera. It's also a lack of trust in the American dollar longer term. I mean, it was James Turk is talking about default risk in the U.S. I don't see default risk. I just see a continuing to get to the point where they're going to have to print more money to support those bonds and keep those yields under control. That will be inflationary. That will debase the currency. And I think people are realizing what's the U.S. going to do? Where's it going to get its growth from? What kind of GDP? We need 30, 40% GDP annually to get us back. We need to cut spending by 70%. It's never going to happen. So those who just look at the simple, stupid metrics of debt and spending don't see any way out for the dollar but something Japanese, where they're going to have to debase even the world reserve currency to support an over-skied debt problem, an unprecedented debt problem. And then we have a DC that can't even agree party to party or among parties and is going to do more spending next year. We simply are spending more than we make. Tax receipts and GDP don't pay for it. Currency is going to be debased. Again, we've had backdoor pivots to the BTFP, to the Treasury Department. We're going to have outright pivots or outright yield curve control eventually. And I'm not talking 30 years from now. I'm talking in the next few years or even the next few minutes. I don't know. No one really does. But you don't need to be a weatherman to look out at the horizon and say, those are gray clouds. I got to get an umbrella and rubber boots on today. I don't know if it's going to rain at noon or 12:30 or 3:30. I just need to prepare for the rain. And I don't know what will be the headline. Will it be Martians? Will it be COVID? Will it be another pandemic? Will it be some other bad guy in the world? But the real problem with the US dollar isn't the BRICS. It isn't Putin. It isn't COVID. It's our policymakers. Generation since 71 that welched on the gold-backed currency, got rid of the chaperone. We've been spending more to get reelected or get Nobel Prizes by printing money out of thin air. It's not sustainable policy. A 10-year-old could see that eventually if you just look at the math. I'm not trying to be flippant. It just doesn't work. And I'm not trying to be dramatic either, because I don't think it's the end of the dollar. It's not the end of America. It's not the end of civilization. It's just not going to be the same 10 years as it was the last 10 years. And it's not the same dollar, and it's not the same IOU. And the evidence is overwhelming. It's not even predictable. It's happening right now. The evidence of a soft landing is not here. The evidence of a hard landing is everywhere. The fact that gold is rising in this environment proves that people don't trust these currencies and IOUs anymore.
I just want to